questions to a witness, making arguments, whatever. With Ernie, his voice was natural for him. With me, it was yelling. So McCool came along and asked me to join him in a trial. It was a big case for him. It was a contingency case in a big law firm, and as you guys know, that's a no-win proposition for a trial attorney. Because if you win the case, contingency in a big law firm, everybody shares in the victory, including those tax attorneys. Okay? But if you lose, you get 100% of the blame, and a tax attorney ain't nowhere to be found. And Mike asked me to go in the case with him. This was a big case for me to actually handle witnesses, and I was completely and utterly awful, okay? Because I took my big bombastic voice and tried to use that. And it was so bad by the second or third day, the jurors would physically cringe whenever I stood up to say something. There was one really nice elderly lady in the back row, and I could see her whenever I started to talk. She would move her hands up and cover her ears. Kind of makes it hard to get your point across if they're not listening to you. Now, I was dumb at that point, but I wasn't stupid. And I knew things were not going well. And so I was in my hotel room, and to make matters worse, this was in Lubbock, Texas. And quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of Lubbock, okay? And I'm sitting in my hotel room in Lubbock on the edge of the bed, and I'm pretty down. I really wanted to do this trial lawyer thing, but it was clear I didn't have a clue how to do it. And the door knocks, and in walks McCool. And I was sure it was to tell me, you're on the bench, you're through. But he did two things. One, he gave me the best piece of advice I've ever had as a trial lawyer. He said, Tom, I know what you're doing, but you need to understand when you're a trial lawyer, you need to be yourself. You need to be true to your own personality. You can't copy anybody, okay? And we know that's true because you can look at who's won this award. I'll give you an example. Jim Coles and Mark Werbner have won Trial Lawyer of the Year, okay? They're very good trial attorneys, but I wouldn't exactly consider them to be twins in the courtroom, okay? So he gave me that great piece of advice, and then he did something even more profound. He started to leave the room, and I said, Mike, do you want me to continue trying the case, taking witnesses? And he said, sure, of course. You're going to do fine. You just stay true to your personality, we're going to be fine. Now, I'd like to tell you we pulled the fat out of the fire and won that case, but I can't do that.